Welcome to Connect Through Beauty. I am your host, Ashley Rivera, and I'm so happy that you have chosen to join our community. This has been such an amazing podcast, amazing journey, and it's just shined so much into my heart and into my soul. Every Tuesday, I get to bring you an interview with a beauty professional that's been out there that can help you level up, give you different perspectives. And every Thursday, we bring you a little shorty that gives you tips and tricks on how to continue that drive each day. And every day that you walk through the door, and every day that you go from one client to the next. That's what it's about. It's about closing that circle from mindset to skill set. You got this. I know that you do, and you've chosen to be here, and that's the most special thing. This industry has been made for you. It's made for me. It's made for all of us. We're all here for one reason, and I know that in your heart, you're ready to jump, and you're ready to take it to the next level. So keep staying connected, and have a fantastic day. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Thursday Shorty. I am so excited about these. I just feel like, how much value can you get in 10 minutes, right? So I adore it. I think it's amazing. Today, we're going to talk about some different things. So Tuesday, we talked about social media and building your business through social media. And oh my gosh, I absolutely adored this podcast. So if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it because it's definitely valuable. I was blown away with the awesome ideas that Krista had. And so she is an educator for Masters of Balayage. And talk about someone that has taken their craft and really honed in on what they value the most and what they see themselves really maximizing on. And I think that's so important. And yeah, in the beginning, we have to take on every service that we possibly can get. But then, as your career starts to take off and you start really seeing the things that you're amazing at and you can really, really level up with, then I think that's when you start taking your business in the direction you want it to go. And how amazing is that? You have the wheel, right? You are in the driver's seat and you can do that. And a lot of this comes from the social media. I think social media is totally underestimated and sometimes it can be looked at as a negative thing. But if we really take it and use it as a professional tool, then I think it's just another thing that we can use to level up our business and to connect with our clients. Also, using it as a referral. I was talking to her about I'm a recruiter, right? So when someone applies, the first thing I do is I go look at them on their social media. And I do it because I want to get to know who that person is. I want to see their work. I want to see their, what do they like to do when they're not at work? I want to know their personality. Let's get to know each other before we come in and we commit. And I think that holds a ton of value. It's the same thing with a client. If someone told me to go and see someone at whatever salon, right? And I look them up on social media. I want to see what their work is like. Is this person going to be a good fit for me? And I think that's in any aspect of our life. And then really, 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 really huge in our business. So go back, listen to it. I think you're going to really see the value in all of that. And so today we're going to talk about maximizing your day. And we're doing it because yesterday I'm sitting in front of my computer and I have a list so long, a to-do list, and I keep looking at it and I'm so overwhelmed by it. And instead of completing anything, I wasn't completing anything at all. I was not completing one task because I kept going from one task to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And I do that all the time. I know you guys do too. So when we're involved in doing one thing, and then our creative brain pops in and says, wait, oh, I have an idea. You start to gravitate then to that idea. And now you're on to another project. No, so I feel like we always, always, always do that. And so today I want to talk to you about how you can maximize your day and get a lot better at just checking the boxes. So what I have been doing is every morning I get up and I write myself a list. I know I've talked to you guys about this before, but I really wanted to dive a little deeper into it and give you some skill sets that you guys can use today. So I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I allow myself until 8 a.m. to complete working out, having my cup of coffee, getting the girls dressed, getting them to school, all of the things, maybe a load of laundry, dishwasher, all of the things that we have to do in the morning, right? So I have until that time. When that time is over, I now have to move on to the next task. So for me, it's like this challenge. I know that I need to be done by a certain time and I need to get all of this done by then. So I'll set timers for myself. I actually need to be that diligent and that focused constantly. All day long, I have to set a timer. All day long, I have to be looking at a clock. I have to be looking at the list because if I don't, I'm so easily distracted and it's very difficult for me to switch gears. In fact, it takes you and it takes your brain at least 30 minutes to adjust from one task to a completely different task. So that's another thing, and I think about that too. So how much time am I wasting when I'm bouncing back and forth with my things that I need to get done? So make a list in the morning, okay? The whole list could be, I don't know how long, right? It doesn't matter. Circle what is important. What has to be done today? Like, this is so important that if I don't complete it today, there's going to be a problem. Circle all of those things. And then what you do is you go back to another list. So, like I said, I kind of like break my day out into segments. So, from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., those are the things that I need to get done, right? And then from 8 a.m. to 9, that's when I need to get ready for work. And I also give myself a buffer. So between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. is a buffer time. So let's say I get the girls on the bus and I decided to go outside for a run. I wouldn't be completed that task until 8:15, 8:30, which means now I only have a half hour to get ready. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. But listen, this is what helps me. And giving yourself grace, that's also something that you need to do too. So I do. I actually put that time in my day where I have the overlap. I have the time that is going to pull me away from completing a task, right? So allow yourself that grace period. And then from 9 to 12 is when I need to get my most important things done. And if I need to have a conversation or schedule a phone call or anything like that, that happens. Either I could do that in the car, So like if I'm leaving the house at 9 o'clock, I have 9 to 9:15 in the car. I can schedule an actual like phone call or touch base or something that I need to do. So think about those things. If you need to call mom, if you need to call your grandmom or, someone that you like to connect with, plan for it, but plan for it in the times where you don't feel like you're having to juggle a million things. So that's a little bit of perspective and how the morning goes for me. And then when I am done around 12, I do take a break. I need to take a mental break, whatever that looks like to me. And I give myself from 12 to 1. Do I take that entire hour? 100% no. Absolutely not. But again, that's my grace period. So you have to plan for things to be sidetracked, you have to plan to be pulled away. And that's my biggest thing where I was not planning for that. And then I was feeling super overwhelmed. So take things in bite-sized pieces, little tiny chunks. And then once 1 o'clock rolls around, I have to get back to my work. So anything that was not completed in the first half of the day in that one segment, that 9 to 12 segment, then I need to adjust and I need to kind of carry more of that over into the afternoon. And that's totally, totally fine. The things that are not circled on your list, that's where they can be trickled into in that afternoon period of time. So, like, I do a lot of things. I have the podcast, I do webinars and meetings with other people out in the industry. And then I also have my recruiting job and my responsibilities at Lords and Ladies, which that is my number one responsibility. So anything that I need to accomplish that has anything to do with Lords and Ladies and recruiting, that's always going to be my priority and my number one. Everything else kind of trickles into the late afternoon, sometimes even in the evening. But I have to plan for it. And that's the thing, you have to stay organized. So when you're thinking about your day and you're thinking about getting ready, I talk about routines constantly. This is something that you should start doing, is writing down your routine, writing down your day. Each day is going to look different, and that's okay. I think it's important to give yourself the grace, to give yourself the freedom to be able to book all of these things out in your day and have the time for yourself. And then, have the time for your family. And I think scheduling all of those things out, it's almost like you're committing that I'm going to get these things done. I'm committing to my family time, I'm committing to my work time, and I'm committing to myself. And those are the things that are very important for all of us to consider. You have to make sure that everything is balanced. And if it's not, you're always going to be short-sighting something. And you know what it ends up being? It ends up being you. You're giving up you constantly for everybody else, for everything else. So we have to make sure that we're scheduling things in bite-sized pieces. It's such a must. It's such an opportunity to be able to check things off for yourself and not feel so overwhelmed. Anything that you want to do and accomplish, it can look scary because you're taking it all on at one time. Don't do it. It's insane. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Again, like, breaking your days out into pieces is going to really, really help you. So, do I need to rebook my clients? What chunk of time am I going to do that in? Do I need to connect with old clients that I haven't seen? What chunk of time am I going to do that in? Really be like laser focused on it. Like, really hone in on what is it that I want to accomplish each day. What's the main goal, the main objective? And also, talking about social media, maybe you want to schedule that time in your day too. Take an hour or half hour out of your day to focus on social media. Or take one day of the week that you're off and focus a whole hour on creating content, on creating scheduled posts, on whatever it looks like for you for your social media. Put the time in at any time of the day, or maybe you want to do it once a week and schedule it all out. What does it look like for you, and what's going to work best for you? And that's what you do. And I think if you can do it that way, then you will be successful with seeing consistency in your social media, in your business, in your day. It's really important that we do that. So thank you so much for staying connected and keeping attached to this podcast. I think it's so important to have this community and to have these talks. I love being able to just come on here and talk to you guys about real life, real things, and give you some valuable information, valuable tools. So keep staying connected, and we'll talk soon.